Hello, hello,
Hello.
hello. Hi, everyone. We're live. We're live. Elizabeth and I, Himalaya. Hello.
We are so live. We're live
We're,
and you're live. Hello, everyone.
yes, welcome in. And we wanted to jump on today. We are dear sisters and have been in connection for some time, and we so love what each other is doing. And I was really excited to bring you on today and to share with the world and to really call forward our sisters who are being called to their greater stepping into things. So today we're going to be talking about the 4 keys to thrive as an online transformational mentor. And that means growing your following, attracting more clients, and being abundant while doing it. This is exactly what us healers need. Healers, you out there that are coaches, teachers, those that are really desiring to do the work that you love to do. Hello, hi, beautifuls. But yeah, the work that you love to do and bringing it out there into the world. So I'm really excited to be sitting here with you, Elizabeth, and I want to share. And some of you, we're on Elizabeth's pages here, and we're on my pages here. My name is Himalaya, for those of you who I don't know, and this is Elizabeth Ocean, also known as Elizabeth Beads in her past life.
Total past life.
Very recent past life, and we've got all these evolving, growing past lives. So I wanted to introduce you, if I could just have that moment to do so, and then we'll get into some conversation and dive into some of the pieces around specifically business, around being a holistic healer, leader, that kind of, coach in this world, and how to really bring it out in a bigger way. So Elizabeth Ocean is the CEO of the Women's Holistic Business Academy and has been for over 30 years. She's been doing a spiritual business experience. So I love putting those words together. Those are perfect. And she is mega passionate about supporting spiritual mentors, holistic coaches, wellness leaders to grow their impact and their income through heart-centered business training. Dun, 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 dun. And she just got married this last year, and she was just in Costa Rica. Now she's in California, but we are both Canadian sisters. So I love this about our beautiful Elizabeth. We have that connection. But you just got married this year, and you changed your name to Ocean. So I love that. You might have, again, I'll just reiterate, your name was Elizabeth Beads. Just love that. We don't have time to talk about that fully because I want to dive into
That's a
some other
whole
things.
amazing
But
story we can talk about later.
yes, totally, exactly. So, but in this interview, like in this conversation, I want to, I want to have you share some of your successful business pieces for us. I have a lot of, I've also been teaching and mentoring women in some of the business aspects, but it's not really my full-on expertise. Mine is more so like, let me support you with, being in your magic so you can attract, all of the goodness that you want. And you specifically have designed to really support the business side of it. And I love that because you are such a healer, such a beautiful mentor yourself, and so in your feminine. So I'm super excited to dive in here. And do you want to say anything else before we dive into the conversation of about just a little foundation around you?
Oh my gosh, Amelia, thank you so much for conducting this interview and holding this beautiful space. And you and I weave together so beautifully with the work that we do. So just thank you. And hello, everyone who is watching. Pop a hello in the comments below so that we can feel your energy and your amazingness. And like you said, I have been in the holistic healing and business and wellness world for like 30 years now. So I have some base and foundation, and it's what's made me so passionate about helping other women entrepreneurs to stay in alignment while they have a business so that they can actually make money while doing really good work in the world. And more, I find that women have a calling that's getting louder. We always have, but we have a calling lately that's getting louder, especially in times like we're in right now. So I'm just so
Yeah.
grateful to be able to share this message with you all today. And thank you, Himalaya.
Yeah, I love that you said that. It is absolutely true. Women, especially now, are being called, and it's really interesting because if we were to see the world as we are feeling the world, it's intense, right? It's an intense time.
Yeah.
So I'm curious why you feel like we're actually being called and what we're being called to.
Oh, I think we've always been called. As soon as you ask that question, I'm like, women have always been called because we are the gatherers and the healers, and we have the ability as women to see all at once, whereas the masculine has the ability to really focus on one at a time and one thing at a time, and it comes from how we're biologically wired. But we have this ability to see all as women and to see all the effects of everything and to feel so deeply, and not just as women in women bodies, but those who really feel the feminine in themselves. We have that ability, and I think that's why we're called, because it's already within us, this ability to know people need healing, people need help. I have a message to share that could help people. So the thing is already inside us, being called out of us. It's not like you're being called to do something that you don't know yet how to do. Women are being called to open to what's already inside of us.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah,
Mhm.
I mean, I can feel you're passionate about really supporting women in this and then in business. So I actually specifically let's maneuver into business and especially spiritual, spiritual businesses. So holistic and wellness focused entrepreneurs. So like tell us a little bit about why that focus for you. Like what's
Oh,
calling you?
well, I've been called, I guess, from what was within me since I was really young. Like, since I was very little, I was like looking in the world for what is spirituality and what can we do. So I've followed that path and have taken dozens of healing modality trainings, and I've traveled the world, and I spent a couple of years in India living on an ashram and learning yoga and Ayurveda. So you would, oh, we have some talks to happen.
Yes,
And
do.
I've studied with some of the world's top teachers in healing and yoga and consciousness and wellness. And I've always followed that path. And then about 15 years ago, when I was running my wellness festivals and my magazine, my yoga and wellness magazine, and my large scale transformational events, the people and the speakers and the practitioners and the healers who were in them started to ask me, well, how do you do the marketing? How do you get your events so full? How have you produced 1,000 workshops in your career? How do you reach people? How do you get more clients? And I would just tell them about it. And then I would go back to running my yoga studio or doing all the things I was doing. And then I would help women on the side and come back to this. And it was about, oh gosh, 5 or more years ago when I started to see a lot of business coaches who didn't have actual business experience coaching people on business. And I'm like, I've run brick and mortars, I've run yoga studios and wellness centers and been the practitioner for decades. And I had something within me that just knew that it was, oh, just is just coming out right now, that it was part of my purpose to actually help women. And the decades that I went through running businesses and being a practitioner and getting trained was for the purpose of helping and uplifting other women. So I lost track of the actual question you asked because
Yeah.
I'm just in the flow of this, but
Well, I love it. Yeah.
that's what's pulled out of me, and it's all my history that's got me here to help women to rise because I see them struggling, and I know that there are some pieces missing, and that's why I teach business, because of that, and because I want to do it in a way that's spiritual and holistic and in alignment with who we really are at our core.
Yeah, and I would imagine, and that's okay that you didn't divert too far off. It's like actually leading perfectly to the next thing that I was curious about. So, like in that calling of serving women in this way, you must have faced some challenges what I would be curious to like what some of those challenges have been or what, yeah.
Oh my goodness, which one do I choose? I think I've been through any woman who has been in business or life knows the challenges, but I think one of the ones that stands out to me is doing all the things that I was telling you that I've done, running the yoga studio and wellness center and publishing a magazine and transformational events. I was doing those all at the same time,
Oh my gosh. Wow.
alone, because I
Hmm.
thought that that's what success looked like, that we should like we don't need anybody else and we're powerful women and we can do it all. Anybody else have that? Type in the comments if you have that feeling or you had that at some point. And so I was running on that belief that I had to do it all and I had to do it myself. And it led me down a path to being exhausted and overwhelmed and getting sick all the time. And eventually I faced very severe adrenal burnout. I was on the couch, just didn't care about anything, devastated, didn't even want to do my business anymore. And it's all I ever wanted to do was help people and be an entrepreneur. And I just remember that feeling of wanting to give up. And that was one of the hardest things I've ever faced was not caring and wanting to give up. And it was also then that I realized like I have to stop. Like what you teach, Emily, like I have to stop and take care of this and really bring in my practices that I knew that I had and get support to take care of myself as a leader because we can't do it like that. We can't. And it was getting support and doing practices like what you teach in your amazing programs that really helped me. And it was getting business specific training and support, which I had resisted, that made a big difference. So, yeah, the challenges that we walk through, they teach us and they clarify, but it's not without burning us up first.
Yeah, for sure. And what I'm hearing is like the business aspect of it gave you structure. Is that what I'm hearing? Yeah, it gave
Yeah,
you like more of a
structure
foundation
and
and
foundations and actual tools that I had been like, I know how to do business, but I didn't take business training. I was a holistic wellness entrepreneur and I studied science in college. So it's like I didn't have business skills and I needed them. And sometimes I
yeah.
think you probably see this as well, is that visionary leaders, we resist the structure of business skills, but it can make a huge difference to us actually being able to continue to bring our message to the world when we take a bit of training.
Yeah, totally. You know, that's actually one of the things I notice as a visionary woman and a lot of the women that I work with too are visionary women. And the problem with that is that we're so out here in that vision, like the vision is like over here, and then like the steps that it takes to get to this vision is what we're not even interested in.
Exactly. Don't make me do the steps. And the sad thing about that is that's when women give up on
Mhm.
their dream of really reaching a bigger audience, of having a bigger following and making a bigger impact and a difference. They give up because they're like they can't see like you were doing, they can't see the steps
Yeah,
and
you
they
get
can't
this
imagine those
over.
steps.
Yeah, totally,
But there
totally.
is a way to make those steps easier, I promise you all. And if you just follow that calling at the same time you follow some simple systems for business, that's what gets you to get your message out in the world and grow your following and do great things.
Hmm, I love that. Thank you. So, times like these, what we're in right now on the planet, it can be super challenging. It's an intense time. Like I've even had, and I've been running my business as long as you, almost 30 years myself. And I've had those moments where I'm just like, I'm out. I just want to be on my couch or I want to be on my hammock and just, so right now it can be really challenging for entrepreneurs. So I'm wondering, why should we keep going? Any suggestions on how to stay on course?
Oh, what a beautiful question. What we are in intense times. Like I think of what humanity has gone through just over the past 2 years and what's happening on the planet right now, and our hearts are
Goosebumps.
breaking.
Yeah.
And we're feelers and we're healers and we're visionaries and we're going to feel it sometimes more than other people are feeling it. And what I've noticed over the years is that sometimes women will peel out when it gets hard. And that's, oh, I feel that. And it makes sense that some of you would want to peel out. If you're feeling the challenge right now, type in the comments below this, the word challenge, if you're just feeling it in your bones and your cells. And there are things that can make you want to peel out at those points. And at the same time, if we keep in mind that there are hundreds and thousands and hundreds of thousands of people on the planet who are hurting, and that you all of you who are watching, you have something within you that is calling you to help, calling you to heal, calling you to lead. And if you pull back on that, then those people who need you don't get the support that they need. Does that make sense, everyone? Like if you pull back, they don't get you. And so
Yeah.
that's why I say that's the why. Like whenever you want to pull back, just tune into your own self and your own heart and go, why did I start this in the first place? And as soon as you do that, you go, oh, it's because I wanted to be of greater service. And then with that in mind, that's the how. That's how we can keep moving forward. Because right now, like I've got an event coming up next week, a training, and I'm like, whew, there's so much happening on the planet. Should I pull back? And I'm like, it's needed more than ever before that women leaders get the support they need so they can shine more light into the world. That's what I have to say about that.
Yeah, and I get you absolutely. So I'm hearing that like get reconnected to why you are being called to share and also the what. We've been, I think as spiritual women especially, we've been doing the work for so long. And there's always going to be more work to do. There's always going to be more personal development work to do and the healing and all of that. And there's no more time to wait and to pause, but we don't have to do it in the way that we think it needs to be done, right? Like in that driving way.
Yeah.
Keep on track. This is all the things I'm hearing from what you're saying.
I
Keep on
love it.
track and follow the calling, because we won't be satisfied in our lives, in our being. And I really believe that women being in their purpose, in their calling thing is 100% part of our satisfaction here, our contentment, our peace of heart, our peace of mind, our connection with ourselves, our connections with just in our
So
bodies and
beautifully
so on.
said.
So
I'm,
yeah.
I'm just like, yes, yes, yes. And we have an opportunity right now, don't we, to do it deeper than we ever have. This
Yeah.
feeling of like, I don't want to do business because it feels cheesy or salesy. We have this opportunity to be so authentic now more than ever. And I just love that.
Yeah. So it's the old paradigm of business that you get to put away, that like, hey, everybody, I'm going to sell you something.
Did you
Exactly
ever
what
see
it
the
is.
title or read the book Screw Business as Usual, Richard Branson? I think it's just such a
No.
beautiful title, Screw Business as Usual. Like, yeah, like the
Yes.
business as usual thing, throw that out because we
Throw
are
it away.
creating a new paradigm of
Hmm.
business from the feminine, business from the whole,
Yeah.
from the holistic, where we can actually stand in our power as women leaders and do great things and have income come in from that. Like they're not separate, and that we're making a difference by having businesses. Women are making a difference.
Yeah. I actually have a question for you. Do you
Yeah.
believe that it's important for women to make our own money?
Good question. I don't think so. Like every woman's path is different, so I wouldn't be able to generalize like that. But the women who want to, like if you don't have a
Hmm.
desire or calling and you're set and you have a calling for something else, like helping and supporting your children, your communities, whatever it is that you do, follow that. And for
Hmm.
those of you who are entrepreneurial women who have a feeling like part of the reason deep down, like, yes, you want to help people, and yes, you want to make a difference, and yes, you want to be known as a spiritual thought leader. And then deep, deep down, if there's part of you that's saying, and I want to make my own dang money, you've got to follow it. If that's part of you, you have to
Hmm.
follow that because there are a lot of us who have that. And for good reason, that we're like, I'm it. Like, let's
Yeah.
do this.
Yeah, totally. Hold on 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh, he's not here, but my computer might die any second. So
You need a power cord.
I
Oh, I
do.
could teach
I
them
just
some
gotta go.
keys while you get your power cord.
Okay, perfect. Okay, great. Okay,
4
going to
keys
get it.
to grow your following and attract more clients, everyone. Well, Himalaya powers up. So this is part of our promise for today, is to teach you these 4 keys. So I'm going to teach you these now. So type in the comments down below 4 keys if you're excited and ready to learn these, because we've been just talking, and then I just remembered I promised that I would teach you 4 keys. So some of these might be familiar to you, but I invite you to drop in and see, where are you doing these and where are you not, and where can you get better. So key number 1, everyone, type the number 1 in the comments, is to show up. Everything that Himalaya and I've been talking about today, like following that calling and knowing your why, is tied into this. So just show up. Even when you're nervous, even if you feel like you don't know what to say, even if you feel like there are already hundreds of other people shinier online doing it better than you, show up anyway. Because you have a calling that you wouldn't have if it wasn't your time to rise in and step up and actually help and heal and lead the world. So you have this calling to follow. So show up for it. Show up. So that's key number 1. People need you. Remember that. So show up for them. So all you got to do is show up, and Emily is back. So
I
that
just
is
showed
key
right
number
back
1.
up.
She showed right back up. Should we continue forward with these keys?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yes, yes, yes,
Key
yes, yes.
number 1 is show up. And if you have anything to add in for these as well, Emily, I would love to hear your take on them. So number 1 is just show up, and show up consistently as well. It's not like I'm going to show up for like a week and then I go away for 6 months and I hide. Show up, meaning show up in your communities, show up on social media in a way that feels authentic to you. Show up for each other like Emily and I are doing. Show up. Key number 2 is be you. I know this sounds like something you've heard a billion times before, and many of you heard it from your mothers, which is so amazing. But this time, like we were saying before, is more than ever that you get the opportunity to be more authentic than ever. People are more savvy online than they ever have been before, right? Like, we don't want cheesy fakeness. Like, we want reality and truth and real women walking the path and like being dragged through the coals. So show up and be you. Just be you 100% of the time, with your quirkiness, with your weirdness, with the way your voice sounds, with the way you look, like all of it. You probably see that in your clients as well. Hey?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. The show up, absolutely. Just like, Elizabeth and I are showing up. Yeah, and I fall out of it sometimes. And then it's like, okay,
Yeah.
just make the date
Come back.
and have someone that you're accountable with or whatever to make it happen, and then show up and then have the conversation, do the thing, share your gifts with the world
Share
and
those
be
beautiful gifts.
authentic. Yeah, like stop the criticizing mind that
Yeah.
will take you
So
out of the
true.
game. Yeah.
So key number 1 is show up. Key number 2 is be you. Key number 3, this is really important. Stay focused. There's so much out there. There's so many distractions for all of you to be like, this program and this program and this person to follow and this podcast to listen to. And do any of you ever feel overwhelmed? If you feel overwhelmed, type in the comments by all the possibilities of how you can show up and where you can show up, and people to follow and things to learn. And sometimes I just have to put on my little blinders and be like, I have to focus on me and my message and what I'm putting out into the world, so that I don't get distracted by hundreds of other beautiful, shiny people doing it. So stay focused and don't fall into comparison. Yeah. What do you think about that one, Himalaya?
Yeah, absolutely. Turning off the notifications and all of the things
I
is
turned off notifications on my phone like 6 years ago, and I never turned them back on. I'm like, oh, it's liberating. If I want to look at something, I'll look
wow,
at it.
that's
Yeah, I don't have
brilliant.
ringers or beeps on my phone or my computer, and it's so amazing. So stay focused, everyone. So
Stay
that's number
focused. And I will just
3.
add one
Go ahead.
thing to that is like, if an artist wants to finish a painting, they absolutely go into their studio or go into the space that they have. Usually, now maybe they might have their phone with them, but in the time where they were just, we were just painting, it's
Painters or
like to
writers.
painters, writers, all of the artists. Anytime you go into that zone, you're taken into that zone. So the same thing can happen with your business, with even checking emails, with even like writing copy. It's like go into the zone. It is your art. So that's, I just wanted to sort of add that
That is
to this
so
key.
beautiful. Yeah. When we're getting needing to get our work done, stay focused. I do time chunks for my work because otherwise I'm like, oh, I want to look all over the internet or go bake some cookies. So I focus
Yes.
time chunks, and that's way how I get my work done. Because
Same,
many of us
same.
are
Yeah.
self-employed working from where we are, and it just really helps to focus. So number one is show up. Number two is be you. Number three is stay focused. And number four, this is sweet. Pick your low hanging fruit. You've probably heard this before, but for you to get some clients right away or to increase the amount of clients you have or to grow your following, to reach more people, oftentimes we overlook. We go, oh, I need to get like my 100,000 million person Instagram following, but we overlook our community of people who actually know us. Or we go like, I need to grow my email list. And we overlook clients we've worked with in the past who, if you reached out to them, you would have 10 clients by Monday by just reaching out to people you know, and that's low hanging fruit. So I ask you all, where are you ignoring your beautiful low hanging mangoes? One of my favorite fruits. So
It is
number
mango
one,
season here.
it's I know. Number one, show up. Number two, be you. Number three, stay focused. And number four, low hanging fruit. These keys, if you practice them, will be tremendous in being authentic as you grow your following, reach more clients, and start to get your message out in the world.
Oh, it's so beautiful. These are beautiful keys and absolutely powerful. Yeah. I think you're amazing, Elizabeth. I'm really grateful that you are teaching business and
Mm.
that I don't have to. To be honest with you.
We can just join up and send each other people because our communities are so wonderful. We're streaming to all of our communities right now, and all of our communities are so similar, and we have such a beautiful um, something that's
Yeah,
possible with our
there's so
communities. So
much
it's really good.
synergy and so much
Yeah,
crossover of our tribes and people. I mean, our community is one big, beautiful community. So,
it truly is.
yeah, I mean, I love it. And Matt Cole, thanks for being here live, and all of you, sisters and friends, thanks for being here live. What a
Wonderful.
pleasure to have you on, Elizabeth. I want to you have an event coming up that I really want to give some
Yes.
attention to. It's really really powerful. Will you give us some details of what's coming up?
Yes, I have a free training, business training series coming up starting March 21st. So it starts next week, depending on when you're watching this, starts March 21st. And it's called Client Attraction Secrets. And in this powerful training, just 1 hour a day, I'm going to show you all that you need to know to easily grow your following, to magnetize ideal, high quality clients to you, and to be someone who's creating real, true transformation for people on the planet. It's so needed right now. So, in this 7 day training, you're going to learn all those things, and it's free. And I love what's on the screen right now. You can do it. I promise you, you can do it without overwhelm or burnout. And that's so critical to women right now. So, join me for this free 7 day training. It's going to be incredible. You're going to, if you loved what we learned today, what I taught you today, you're going to totally adore this training that starts on the 21st of March. All you got to do is click the link that we're popping into the chat. It's Himalaya's special link. Click that link and we will get you signed up. And when you sign up as well, you get the course materials and some amazing bonuses in there. Free training, an hour a day, March 21st through 28th.
Yay. Well, I am really, really glad that you're doing this. What a gift for everyone. And the emphasis on not being overwhelmed and doing it without burnout is really attractive.
Yeah.
Because I think so much of the time, well, I think also we're coming from a place of like we should have done it 10 years ago, and then so there's that behind it, and then there's we don't know any other way. And so I'm really grateful that you're doing this. And I'm inviting you all to sign up for this wonderful 7 days. And it's simple. It's, an hour a day. Come and be with Elizabeth. She's going to lead you and give you some incredible tools for you to get your business up and going and running and abundant And she's such a great teacher, and she's got
Oh, thank you.
tons of experience.
Yeah, just
Okay,
an
so
hour a day, and these women are going to be putting clients on their pages. They're going to have a lineup of clients and be growing their following. And
yay,
I'm so excited for this training. We always have such an
yay.
incredible high vibe sisterhood of holistic support in there. It's amazing.
Awesome. Yay. Okay, so what are the dates? Did you already say them?
March 21st through 28th. Sign up in the
Okay.
link. Space is limited, so you got to get yourself in there. I'm so excited to meet some of you, most of you, and to train you next week. It's going to be incredible, and it's free. Like, and I do this very rarely is put a free training. Usually I'm in year-long trainings with the women who are in my high-level program. So it's rare that I put a free training like this out. So this is a really cool opportunity.
Yeah, that's very true because I haven't seen you do a free training actually probably since the whole time I've known you. So this is pretty awesome. So grab this opportunity, friends, and um, yeah, sign up. It's free again, and show up. Sign up and then like show up and receive this for yourself. Oh, I love that picture of you too, by the way. Beautiful, beautiful page that you put together.
Thank you.
Is there anything else before we close out? I want to say, first of all, just like you're amazing, you're magical, you're a beautiful teacher, and I'm again like I want to just, I wanted to jump on today with you so everyone in my community also has the opportunity to really learn from you and to grow with you. And is there anything else you want to say before we close out for today?
Yes. Well, first off, thank you for the quality of this drop in this conversation that we've had. I'm just adoring our connection and our sharing. It's amazing. And I want to say to all of you who are watching and listening, you have a calling in your heart. It's time to follow it. It's time for women, visionary, holistic, transformational leaders to really tap in and do the great work that you were born to do. It's time for you to be the leader that you're meant to be. And the training next week is going to be incredible. So follow that link. And whatever you do, just keep doing it, because when you do what you're born to do, you make the world a better place, and we need you right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
beautiful. Take it in, sisters. Breathe it in and receive from our invitation here. And Matt Cole is asking, women only?
If he doesn't mind hearing it from the feminine perspective, he is welcome to join.
Okay, awesome. There we go. Okay, sisters, friends, brothers, all of you, thanks for being in here live with us. And we're sending you a blast of kisses and magic and love and in true sisterhood. This is what the magic can be. Elizabeth and I actually met, in a mastermind of women in business together. So this is the magic that can happen, and I see it time and time again from our communities growing. And so
It's true
sign up for the
magic. Get into a
event,
community,
receive.
right? Yeah.
Yes,
Sign up.
totally, totally. It is much more powerful doing it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried for years, reading books, and it was awesome. They were all inspiring books. They were amazing, but not until I was in a container of women working with women, that's when it really like went next level. So,
You can do it, beauties. Get in a container of women working with women. Thank you for
yes.
watching, everyone. Post in the comments what you loved most about this interview. Mwah.
Adios.
Ciao,
Mwah.
everybody. Bye.